And the next name on the list, Mr. Omega himself, Cyrus LeVay.
Oh,
Piece shit.
horrible and awful.
All in one.
Yeah, just the worst I've ever. Shit, Cyrus.
Yes.
Cyrus is incredible.
Yeah. Sorry.
Cyrus is what keeps me in wrestling.
Nice.
Sad.
That's not true. But no, Cyrus is great. I love Cyrus. He's awesome. I'd have Cyrus's children.
Oh, you're such a bastard. Because I was
Were you gonna say that?
Oh, would.
Stupid shit.
Oh, would. I would.
Dan Delicious?
I can't say what I would do to Cyrus.
Whoa.
I really can't.
That would get you kicked off YouTube.
It really would. I love Cyrus. I mean, he gave me my first bump. He has been nothing but lovely to me. Every time he sees me, he freaking gives me the big fucking man love bear hug. I mean, I have nothing bad to say about Cyrus. I love him. I've never worked him.
You've never worked Cyrus? Oh, that's right, because he said in the roundtable he's never worked you. Somebody has to make that happen.
I tried, but Gerber Butt Cruz freaking came in there and is like, "Hey, I want to work him." I was like, "Damn it, okay, anything you want."
Oh.
It's not my fault you invited us back. You could have done it, but
I tried to invite you back, but we didn't pay much.
hey, I told you I would
Not
have
my
went back
fault.
if Casey was going, and he ended up not going.
Exactly.
All right, so
I've never worked Cyrus. I've had 3 shots to work Cyrus, but something always happened. He couldn't make it.
You were an idiot.
No, well, he just didn't make it to the show over in Mossy Head. But I've known Cyrus for a couple years, and Cyrus is a cool guy. I said he's always, horns up. He always wants to sit. He'll sit and talk to you. And he's always had nice things to say about me when I talk to him. He said he wouldn't work with me before. He said he had a chance to. But yeah, Cyrus as a worker is great. As an individual, is even better.
and I'm lucky enough tomorrow night working in the main event with Cyrus for a championship. So
Horns up.
thank you.
There's my horn right
We
there.
all love Cyrus. And Dan hates me. All right, next on the list, Red Anderson, the Enforcer. Red Anderson. Nick Vortex.
How bad can I talk about the guy? I work for him.
Well, then probably not very bad.
I personally like Red. I think he's a nice guy. I don't have really heat with anybody, but Red's, I like him. He's a decent guy. Sometimes with this new virtue gimmick that I've got going on, sometimes I think he's trying to take it in a direction that I'm trying to go away from.
Right.
He's trying to make it pro wrestling,
Take note, Red.
and I'm trying to make it a little more realistic.
Right.
I mean, as realistic as it can be. But
Right.
I mean, he's trying to
Read
take
the
it.
Bible.
Well, that's basically. Yeah, have you watched any of my shit?
No,
Well, apparently not. But
I live in 2 states away. How am I going to watch
Well,
anything?
It's on the internet,
It's on
man.
the internet.
Where?
Do they have internet in Mississippi?
YouTube.com.
We got to pump in sunshine.
No, I mean, but I like Red. He's a good dude.
All right. Dan Delicious?
Red's eye. I mean, I ain't seen Red. Red, stop booking me. What the fuck am I going to say? I mean,
Say, hey, Red, book me again.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the deal. I know what the deal is, but I can guesstimate what the deal is. But I mean, you book some guy, 2 states away that needs gas money, and
Right.
ask a little bit more than the surrounding guys that have come for a little bit less.
Right, right.
And-
Monetarily, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. So, I mean, I ain't got no heat with a guy, but Red is a personal guy. I ain't got no problem with him. I ain't seen him work in the freaking coon age.
What about as far as in-ring when you have worked him? What do y'all think?
Have I worked with
I've
him
never
before?
worked.
You never worked the Hellfire
You did
Club
the
with the
Hellfire
Culture
Yeah, I
Club?
did
When you were with
man,
Tyrone.
I was probably drunk. I don't know.
Foggy.
Yeah, I mean, my memory is so freaking shot. It's not even funny, because of my whatever. I don't know.
As far as me working him, I worked Hellfire Club when I was with the Backyard Boys, and shit back then I'd let Eric take most of the heat. So, I mean, I really didn't, and that's the only time I've ever been in the ring with Red, ever.
Never
Mr.
worked
Fantasy?
Red. I've never worked Red. Been around Red quite a bit though. I did a couple PWA shows with Bobby when he was in the Sweatbox. and then I did a couple UW shows.
Ultimate, yeah.
Yeah, and I said he's always real nice. He's always real nice. I've never worked Red. I mean, he quit booking me too. I don't know. They never talked to Red about what's his name, Alexander Hirsch. They said they just want me to come my own angle, and I was like, isn't that what the booker's for? Not that I couldn't, but you know what I'm saying. Yeah. But
you can, trust me.
Oh, yeah.
I know. You trying to come up with your own angle for like 6 months now.
As far as Red personally, they work Red, so I don't know how he works in the ring.
Right.
His character gets over. It's kind of. I think it's kind of come off the whole Anderson family thing.
Sure.
Personally, Red's never done nothing to me. So.
Me on a personal note, still on Red Anderson. I am nothing against Red, but you got the Stone Cold, was it Scott Austin?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Trying to play off somebody else's name.
Right.
I ain't got much love for that.
That's a good point.
Nothing against Red. You got the Luke Goldberg.
Right.
Which I've met Luke and he's worked, a few of my shows, and he's a good worker. I just don't like the name Luke. You're trying to play on, somebody else's name. I don't know if
Brazil Jr.
You like originality.
I love originality.
Fabian with the Galento thing. He's about as much Galento as
my pecker.
Bobby Fuller Jr.
Bobby Fuller Jr. I'll say it, Bobby Fuller Jr. I thought that was shit. I don't know.
Wasn't he given that name?
He was given
that name. Yeah. More props to it.
I think Robert Fuller actually gave him that name.
I ain't got no problem with that.
That's what I'm saying. With Arn Anderson, he's not an Anderson, but he was given the name by the Andersons.
Yeah.
And, Red told me that he was endorsed, I think, at the reunion by Ole.
Was he?
That's what he said. I don't. Yeah, I
well,
wasn't there.
I can only take that into account.
Mm-hmm.
There's a guy from Mississippi that's going by Lightning Monroe. And if you know anything about professional wrestling, you know who the Monroes are.
Sputnik.
And he said Sputnik actually gave him that name at the last reunion that Sputnik was at, because they asked the guy from McGee.
Right.
And he's finna get the whole blind spot and everything. I'm taking his word for it.
Right.
I'm gonna do a little history researching, but I'm totally against that. And if you're given the name, great.
Okay. Next on the list, and we need to kind of speed up a little bit because we got about 39 minutes of battery left and we got quite a few names left.
Okay.
Let's go next. The Highlander Dwayne McLeod.
Fuck him.
God bless.
Actually,
speed it up.
Yeah,
he said speed it up.
Fuck him.
Next, no. I actually do not know Dwayne. Never met him.
You've never met him?
Never met him.
Wow.
Really?
He must have left PWA right as you
left
were
PWA
getting in.
right before I came in, as did Jay Starkart and Aaron Blaze.
All right, I'll be damned.
So never met him, or maybe I met him at his real work.
Yeah, you probably met him through me.
Through you,
maybe a couple times, but
yeah, he couldn't pick me out of a crowd probably.
All right, Dan Delicious.
Hairiest motherfucker I've ever seen in my whole
I knew you were gonna say that.
I've
got footage of you playing with his chest hair, I think.
Yeah, not a great worker at that time. It's just my opinion. There was a lot of people in the PWA. I wouldn't say a lot, just a few of people in the PWA that weren't great workers that Bobby used. But I don't know if I've ever been in the ring with him. Nice guy, but just not the hell of a great worker. If you're going to bring a gimmick to the ring, fucking use it.
The sword?
Exactly.
I don't know if I'd want him using a broadsword in the ring.
That was a real sword.
I know it was a real sword. It's like freaking, was it Val Hammer used to bring a guitar.
Van Hammer.
Van Hammer. And then somebody used to freaking bring a fucking skateboard to the ring. Fucking use the shit.
Shane Douglas.
It's only a gimmick if you use it.
All right.